Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for PNTV. That's Poetry's News and Twisted Views. This is probably the headline edition because, again, I didn't do deep dives. It's going to be all about court today, pretty much. I'm going to start off with Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors went to court to begin his trial, finally. And basically just, I'm still unsure how they're doing his thing. He did an arraignment already, and now he already did his plea, because that's what they do in an arraignment. And they didn't do jury selection. There was nobody there. So I just didn't understand what the first day of his trial was really about, because nobody was there. No jury. They haven't even selected a jury. They're not going to even select a jury until, what's today? Today's Friday or Thursday? Yesterday, they were supposed to select the jury. I didn't see any news on whether or not they was going to select the jury. They are going to move forward with charging him with domestic violence. I don't know how, because it doesn't, the crime that they're charging him under doesn't fit the allegations. Heck, if I was his lawyer, I would move to dismiss, just simply based on that. Also, they did decide not to charge Grace Jabari. Her case is closed and sealed, and they put out no information on what was in the sealed case. The state of New York just decided they're not going to charge her at all. But they are going to go forward with his trial. And like I say, as of yesterday, Thursday, they were supposed to select his jury that's going to be deciding his fate. Next up, Donald J. Trump. I'm doing this now instead of last because I think George Santos really holds the final spot in this doggone video. My complaint is not about his civil case or the infractions that he keep doing to violate his gag orders. The fact that they keep removing his gag orders and giving it back to him, and then they remove his gag orders and then give it back to him again, that's what's getting under my fucking skin. At this point, y'all are playing with our fucking emotions. That's all y'all doing. Either gag him and shut him the fuck up like y'all say y'all gonna do, or stop playing with us. That's all, you just pacifying us. You're basically saying, like I said before, hold your hand out, I'm gonna spank you. Then you do it again. Oh, hold your hand out, I'm gonna spank you. Then you do it again. Actually, they ain't even giving him the spanking. That's how they knew was putting him in the fucking timeout that he violated. That's all that's happening. In the Georgia case, in the New York case, in the federal case, Judge McAfee in Georgia, Judge Erdogan in New York, Judge Chutney in the federal case, all of y'all are pussyfooting around with this man, give him too much fucking breathing room to continuously be a bastard that he is, to continuously spit in the face of justice. These judges, to me, at this particular point, are acting in an egregious fashion. These district attorneys, I don't know what the fuck Fonnie Willis is doing. She's starting to piss me off, for real. We know you going after the bigger fish, but she asked for August 5th trial date, y'all. That's a fucking year away. Why would you allow him to go so long? To even give him the opportunity to go so long. The crazy thing is, though, the other defendants in the case, they like, oh no. Their lawyers is like, oh no, that's too far. We want our trial to be handled expeditiously. So they're going to petition to have an earlier court date. It's frustrating me. And I can't see myself going a whole nother year with all this entitlement that they have been allowing him. This leeway they have been allowing him. It is getting under my motherfucking skin. Jack Smith proposes something. Judge Chutnick throws it down. Throws it out. Ergonon says, I'm going to do this. And he talks a tough game. And then they repeal it again. Luckily, all the shit that Donald Trump is trying to push through appeals, the appellate court has been like, boy, stop. Stop playing in our motherfucking feelings, okay? His lawyers are filing frivolous claims or frivolous delays. I just said delays. They're filing frivolous claims to delay the case even further because, again, they're trying to push this back all the way into after the 2024 election. And with Fani Willis, if she decides to take the August 5th date, it's going to push this trial well into after the election. And if I'm not mistaken, if that happens and that class the clown, for some fucking reason gets back into office, it's going to limit a whole lot of shit that legally they could do to him. It's really annoying me. I don't even want to look at... I know he testified again. He had to take the stand again in the civil trial. And I have kept asking, why do they keep going on and on and on about his lawyers? Why do they keep going on and on and on about the judge won't let them try the case, this, that, and other? And I be like, it's already decided. I forgot, because I reported this when it first happened. I forgot that only one part of his case has been decided. There are 6 other charges that he's up against in that civil case. And that's what they are trying at the same time. But the crazy thing is, Letitia James has not said anything in court. She comes in court and she sits down. I understand on the one crime that the judge has already decided on. I understand her not having a voice in that matter because there's nothing left for her to say. Again, all the information and all the interviews that they're doing, all the testifying that's happening is to help determine how much money he's going to owe in regards to that one specific charge. But the other 6, I'm not understanding why she's not, as the lawyer, making a case. That I don't understand, but like I said, I haven't been following in detail the cases at all because they were annoying me and triggering my spirit. I'm telling you right now. So Jack Smith's trial starts March. I hear rumor though that it's possible it's not going to even happen in March. Even though Judge Chutnick agreed to have a March 5th, I think, is it March 5th date? Because I know it's supposed to be right around Super Tuesday. Even though she agreed to it, it's very possible it's not going to fucking happen. Not that the case itself won't happen, but it's going to be pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. We already know that Eileen Cannon, her May date for the documents case, she's already delaying that. She's delaying it. Not even the lawyers. The lawyers ain't putting in paperwork and documents to try to push back dates. She is taking it upon herself to say, you know what, I need to reschedule this, I need to reschedule that. Let me move the deadline for this, let me move the deadline for that. I believe they believe he has the chance to win, which is so fucking sickening. I told y'all the Colorado courts. I don't know if I did a short video. The Colorado courts had deemed him guilty as far as insurrection is concerned. However, they did not believe that he is considered to be an officer of the court or the officer of the government, the government of the United States. And by they deeming that he's not an officer of the United States, that he didn't fit the ruling for the amendment, 14th Amendment, Section 3. Another one of the viewers had said something in the comment section about he's not an officer. The president is not an officer. The president is the highest officer. If you look up just don't even look at the president. Look at the vice president's description. It says he is the second highest official of the United States. Well, who is above him if he's the second? They will make the president the first highest official. When the president swears into office, he swears in as an officer in his official duties. His office is called the executive office. He's an officer. He was an officer of the United States. So, but we know that these motherfuckers like to rewrite history, reinterpret shit to fit that. Like I say, these motherfuckers can look at the sky and say it's blue, and they say, no, it ain't blue, it's cerulean. Cerulean has a little bit more purple added to it, so it can't make it blue. Oh gosh, it's frustrating, and I really have purposely been not talking about it, y'all. And I know y'all like to get information from me, but I purposely have not been talking about it. Speaking of that, okay, so yesterday, George Santos took the floor again. And told him again, I am not resigning. I have not been convicted of anything. Let me tell y'all, last time I think I spoke about George Santos, I said that there had been a couple more charges added to him, right? We were at 13 the last time I did a full video talking about his charges. We are up to 23 indictments now, honey. 23. I'm going to try to read them off. A few of them, anyway. They accuse him of inflating his fundraising tools in order to draw more support from the Republican Party. They accuse him of laundering funds. They accuse him of paying for personal expense with government funds, charging donors credit cards without their permission. And we know about, the identity fraud and the writing the bad checks, and we know about all this other stuff. But those are just some of the new things that have been added or have been adjusted or modified. But there's now 23. 2 of his aides that assisted him with doing these crimes or these criminal acts have already pleaded guilty. But he still says that he ain't got convicted of anything to have to resign from office. Today, Friday, they're going to hold another expulsion hearing to see if they're going to expel him from his position. This will be the 4th one? I ain't holding my breath. I ain't holding my breath. They didn't even have the balls of cojones to actually pursue justice against Donald Trump. You think that they finna do anything against Santos, who's basically doing the same thing, committing acts of fraud, and ain't no telling what else he done did is in equivalence to Donald J. Trump. I don't know if y'all remember, just like not too long ago, Trump's sister died, right? Y'all remember that? And Trump was trending for a reason, and the people was mad that it wasn't him. Okay, this is the same sister that was a judge, okay? She had like a, I don't know what they call it, a tenure, so to speak. That even once she gets out, because she served so many years in, she still holds a seat, okay? She gave up her position once Trump became elected, because they started to investigate her, okay? And they were investigating her for what? Tax fraud and all other kind of frauds and embezzlements and shits like that, for example. And by her resigning from her position, that stopped the investigation, because she was being investigated by the courts in which she held her seat. And this internal organization, they only investigate active members. I think it's kind of like internal affairs, because I don't think internal affairs still go after you once you resign. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I think that's how internal affairs work. So I'm saying it to say this family has a history of fraud, and I believe that a lot of her things that she was being investigated with were in connection with Donald J. Trump. I believe somebody just slammed on their brakes up here. This will me off. I didn't read it in detail, so don't quote me on it. But it's just proof of all the fraudulent activity that this family, they like to call Biden the Biden crime family. No, the Trump crime family. Because trust and believe, the stuff that he's going through right now is just the shit that they caught him on. It's a whole lot more. Trust me, there's got to be more out there. This is just the shit that they caught him on. And which I don't understand why it's taking so long to convict him. They don't want to. That's what it is. They scared. I don't understand why they scared. They scared to convict this man. And it's alarming to me that this little greased up orange piece of lint got so much. It's so intimidating, put it that way. You've heard a lot of the congressional, the senators and things like that, saying that they didn't want to, they wanted to convict Donald J. Trump, but they feared for their families' lives. Which is why they didn't do it. So you got all these people out here, all these witnesses testifying to the egregious acts of this man, and they can't do anything to him. Or they won't. I ain't gonna say they can't. They find loopholes. That's basically what the law is, and justice is. It's not about proving whether somebody is right or guilty or innocent. It's about finding the loophole that will say they're guilty or innocent, no matter if they are. But that's why I don't think they're going to do anything to George Santos either. Like I said, his expulsion here in this day, I would be shocked if they actually expel him. I don't think they will. If they actually expel him, I don't think they will. I don't think they will. Kevin McCarthy and Matt Gaetz are still going at it. And Kevin McCarthy is saying that Matt Gaetz should be locked up too. He should go to jail. Because he's done crimes way worse than George Santos. Now he's saying that Matt Gaetz should be locked up, but ain't agreeing that Santos should be locked up. Ain't agreeing that Trump should be locked up. Ain't he the one that said? I mean, I believe he's guilty. I just don't think he should go to jail, though. How does that work? Guilty people go to jail, don't they? But he said Matt Gaetz should be locked up because he done way worse crimes than George Santos. What would those crimes be? Spill the beans. Spill the beans. What would those crimes be? Liz Cheney, she spilled the beans. She's spilling beans. She released a book. And her book basically is a tell-all. It's a tell-all about the insurrection and the administrations that she's worked under. The people that she's worked with. I believe she's calling names. How is that going to affect these cases, though, is what I want to know. We already got Sidney Powell and the other girl. I can't think of her name right now. Y'all forgive me. We've already had their released videos come out that specifically saying that he knew what he was doing. This was all planned. They had already planned this, whether he won or lost. So even if he would have won, that's what it sounded like to me, is that they still were going to plan this attack on the Capitol. And that just reminds me of a scene straight out of The Handmaid's Tale, where they bombed the Capitol in The Handmaid's Tale. They had already started placing people in position within the Congressional House, within the Senate, the same way that they're doing right now. They've already got plants within the Democratic Party. These so-called Republicans that have now all of a sudden turned Democrat and running for office under the title of a Democrat, but still doing Republican-y things. It's not a word. That's probably why I couldn't spit it out. Be careful who y'all vote for. Watch for who y'all fucking vote for. Stop looking at the fact that they are using the title independent or Republican or Democrat, and start actually looking at what the fuck they doing, the ways that they have been voting. All you gotta do, in the age of the internet, all you gotta do is type their name in and do a Google search. Find a reputable news article. The Onion ain't it. The Wall Street Notes ain't it. Look for the journal. .org in most cases. Matter of fact, go to their campaign pages. Or if they're already in office but not currently campaigning, you can still go to their congressional page or their Senate page and look at how they're voting on certain measures. It's easily done. But some of you choose to stay in ignorance. Stand in it. Let me give you an example. This has nothing to do with the topics of the specific people, but the topic itself. There's a whole lot of shit going on at work. Y'all know, I told y'all before, I'm like a contract queen. I try to know our union contract in and out. I'm not 100% versed, but I am very, like, a good 90% versed on the contract. And some things I'll be like, huh? And then I got to go look up and find the research. So I found some information that helps us understand all the changes that have been made. It's 100 pages. I've been emailing them to people who I know have been having issues in regards to some of the things that are discussed in this guide. And one girl who always fucking complaining, just won't never do shit, but I always come into poetry, want to ask poetry her advice. What the fuck you asking me my advice for if you ain't gonna take the action that needs to be taken in regards to what you just asked me about? I will go so far as to screenshot her the paragraph or the article, highlight what her next steps would do, and she still won't fucking do it. She still go do something else another goddamn way and then come back to me crying about why it didn't work. Okay, that's this person. So I sent her an email of the guide itself. And the first thing out of her mouth was that, see, I'm not good at this. I said, good at what? You know, reading this information and understanding it. It has pictures. It has diagrams. Make me understand. It's that you don't want to do. It's in plain English. Another girl that I gave to also irritates the fuck out of me at this particular point. Some stuff that she was complaining about or asking me about. Because she was asking me about it, I said, you know what? I'm going to send you this information. This is what page is on. The next time she seen me, she came back. And her first statement was, I ain't read it yet, but they still trying to do this, this, and this. I said, well, if you had read it, you already have the answer to your question. They have the information right there in front of them, is my point. And they are refusing to look at it. They want somebody else to do the legwork for them. But still with half-ass information, they'll make a decision. They will be the person that will still vote for Trump. They will be them peoples. It's annoying. It's annoying. Watch for who you vote for. And I'm still sickened and saddened by all the people who keep saying they won't vote for Biden because of the war over in the Gaza Strip and the position that was taken on that war. But the other people that's out there, if you look at their voting history, have the same fucking position. Have the same fucking position. So I guess they're gonna choose not to vote at all, which, as they said before, not voting is a vote for the wrong person. It's a vote for the other side. Not voting is a vote for the other side. Y'all know the Supreme Court had knocked down, or the courts, I forgot which court it was. I think it was the Supreme Court, had knocked down Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program, right? And ever since they knocked it down, he's been finding loopholes to get it approved. He approves so many different people based off of the school they went to, the type of school. Based so many different people based off of what was the third one? The second one he did. I can't remember what the second one was, but okay, currently what's out here now, he's finding a way to get at least another, I think 800,000. I think that might be the number. He's getting another large number of people included. He's going to use medical excuses. If you have certain medical conditions, you may very well qualify to have your student loans waived. These are even like with what's going on in these other countries, these are small things that this man is still trying to accomplish to help benefit us here in the country that we live in, the country that we are citizens of. And there's so many things that he's done that has completely outweighed his political stance on that particular war. Y'all ain't been this. Y'all wasn't even upset about the Ukraine war like y'all are upset about this one. It's still war. War is war. PNTV, I guess, should have been more lively than it is, but it's not. It's not. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with politics. I'm frustrated with the government. I'm frustrated with going to work today already, and I ain't even started. Because I know I'm probably going to have another 10-hour work day, because I remember what it looked like when I left out of the office last night. I'm starting to break down. Tired. But I ain't going to be doing videos every day for the month of December, child. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching. And as far as TV is concerned, power did come on at midnight. And when I woke up at 7 a.m., people had already started putting up spoilers. It irks the shit out of me. All right, talk to y'all later.